1994. Here we go. Big welterweight matchup. Tonight's clock sponsored by Subway Restaurants. Subway, eat fresh. Gotta watch the leg kicks, Joe, of Thiago Alves.
All of his strikes. His hands are deadly, his leg kicks. Karo knows about this, though. Looking for him to be very cautious. He's got the clinch. That's what Karo wanted. He's got the clinch and double underhooks. That's huge. And he's got the takedown.
Karo is about control.
Thiago has been submitted before. He was submitted by Spencer Fisher in his octagon debut. And Karo Parisyan is gorilla strong on the ground. Huge judo background, nationally ranked competitor, was in fact training to compete in the Olympics for judo, and now is a full-time mixed martial arts fighter.
After our fight tonight, the Ultimate Fighter 7 begins, and already we're looking for contestants for the Ultimate Fighter 8.
Nice scramble by Thiago, but he gets the mount.
You can log on to Spike.com or UFC.com. Tryouts being held Thursday, April 10th in the Boston area. Next season, it's light weights and light heavyweights for the Ultimate Fighter.
Thiago,
Season 8.
Good job there of avoiding the mount. Gets to half guard. And he's going to try to use the cage to stand up. He's got an underhook on the left side, which will help him stand up. And now he's up. Very nice. That's big. That's what Thiago wants. But as soon as, when Karo's got a hold of your body, if he can clinch his hands together, you're in danger of going for a ride.
Trying to utilize those judo skills again.
Oh, nice. You know, one thing to note is that Thiago has been training with Roddy Ferguson, four-time U.S. Olympic judo champion, and he's been training Thiago on how to avoid throws, and I'm sure that's going to help him substantially.
Joe, Thiago on a 4-fight win streak. Alessio de Souza, Hironaka, and most recently, he defeated Chris Lytle at UFC 78 in Newark, New Jersey.
And man, would I love to see a rematch of that fight. Phenomenal fight. Chris Lytle got cut, and they stopped the fight, but man, what a war that was.
Karo Parisyan, remember, was set for a title shot a number of years ago, and then he was injured, and it's avoided him since that point. Diego Sanchez beat him, and Karo just desperately wants to win, and then get another chance, which would be his first chance at truly fighting for the title.
Thiago has not uncorked any of his famous leg kicks. So far, he's just standing in front of Karo. And
any reason why he has not?
He's probably just trying to avoid the takedown. He was taken down once, and he didn't like it. A lot of energy it took him to get to his feet. Thiago is one of those guys who cuts a tremendous amount of weight to make 170, over 20 pounds. You know, he often walks around at well over 190, and, you know, at altitude, that could play a big part in his stamina. There's one leg kick, and again, that's what he's worried about. Karo grabs it immediately. And
Karo is definitely, as you said, looking to time the opportunity to take Thiago Alves down if he does throw the leg kick.
Yeah, he got his leg back in that position, but, you know, he was left with a little bit of a warning. Karo's ready for it, he grabs it.
Now Karo with the right foot forward.
And Karo's stand-up has improved dramatically over the last few years. We really saw it in the Berkman fight especially, and Berkman's a very solid striker.
Karo's really switching his stance up frequently, Joe, which may be somewhat of a defensive move against the big leg kicks of Thiago Alves.
Absolutely, to avoid that left leg kick. Or, excuse me, the kick to the left leg, the lead leg.
Parisyan, decorated judo practitioner.
He's got the clinch again.
Olympic judo qualifier.
Thiago's taking some deep breaths here. And again, you know, this altitude has got to be playing a factor in everyone's strategy. There's just no way you can train. I mean, he lives and trains most of the time in Florida. And he's been up here for a couple of weeks. But there's just such a huge difference in Florida, which is at sea level. And here, you know, we're a mile high.
Same story for North Hollywood's Karo Parisyan. 8-1 there. Avoided the head kick, though. Parisyan now pushing forward.
Thiago seems to me a little bit tentative on his feet, and that's surprising.
Parisyan with a little smile says, "Let's go, kid." Karo the Heat Parisyan, Thiago the Pitbull Alves. Huge matchup on this, a very historical night on Spike TV. Alves hasn't found his range, has he, Joe?
Not yet. You know, I think that takedown by Karo right away, and also feeling the strength of Karo. I mean,
it's a great touch, yeah.
You know, Karo doesn't look like a particularly strong guy, but he's been doing judo his whole life, and his grappling strength is incredible. I've personally rolled with him, and the guy's strong like a chimpanzee.
Sweeps a foot. 10 seconds remains in round one.
Good round for Karo Parisyan.
No big leg kicks scored by Alves yet. Joe, you talked about it. 5,412 feet above sea level, Broomfield, Colorado. Strenuous exercise should be avoided, unless, of course, you're a mixed martial artist.
Yeah, how weird is it to see that sign right before you go into a cage fight? Nice kick by Karo.
As I said, a lot of fighters came early.
Karo is doing a lot of switching up. I like that.
Inside leg kick by Thiago Alves. A little more aggressive start here in round 2.
Oh, good knee. Oh, Karo's
in trouble. And it is all over.
Wow.
Thiago Alves finishes Karo Parisyan.
Karo's very upset. Very upset. He feels like that was a premature stoppage. And you know what? I might have to agree with him. I got to look at that again, but he looks fine. He's not wobbly at all. Let's look at it again. Here's the plum. He got caught with a knee. He's definitely hurt here. Takes a couple punches. I don't know. You know what? You got to go with the referee's call. He's right on top of him. He can see his eyes. But for sure, he crumpled there. He's in deep